All right, here we've got two limited time series running simultaneously, assuming that you completed the Porsche 718 RSK Championship. Otherwise, you got three running at the same time. This is going a little out of control here. Anyway, for this video, we'll do a series overview of Nissan 300ZX Championship, and I'll do a separate video for the McLaren MP44. So without further ado, let's jump in. We got 9 days to complete this, to win this brand new car. Featuring a cutting edge design and a brand new rear wheel steering system called a Super Hikas. Alright, real wheel steering system. Imagine that. Anyway, it's going to be, of course, another 15 tier series. The total gold reward is going to be 20 gold, so one of the lower tier cars here. And see, they are requiring PR 21.1 to complete this series. So let's complete with gold to confirm that. So here we go. We get 20 gold for running through, which will all most likely go back into upgrading the car. 100,000 racing dollars, but we're not really counting that, are we? And then, of course, you get to win the car, which is the important part. So that's road car, isn't it? So base PR, we're starting at 4.4. So let's check out, confirm. The last tier, the cup race is at Suzuka Grand Prix, and the required PR requirement, it's going to be a 3-lapper, by the way. And the PR requirement is 21.1 as they've announced it. So, upgrade time, right? Let's check out what this is gonna cost us. So, first tier upgrade, I'm expecting it's gonna be all racing dollars, and just has half an hour R&D time, which is not bad. But for our purpose, for this video, I will still use the gold to get this done right away. And so and then second tier is gold as expected. So a lot of these limited time series, if you get 3 upgrades across the board, generally that is enough to meet the PR requirement exactly. So let's see if that's going to be the case here as well. But for now, let's get the first tier first, which is going to be, as I said, I'm expecting racing dollars all throughout, but I'm using the gold just to speed up the process here. And body, same idea, which brings our PR up to 6.8. So we got some ways to go here. And suspension brings our PR up to 7.6, so that's a little bit better boost. And then exhaust, 8.5, that's even better. All right. And then brakes, always the cheapest one, but the PR boost for the cost, not too bad. And then finally, last one is going to be tires and wheels. Brings our PR up to 10 even. All right, so that is good, about 6 points. I mean, a little less, right? 5.6 because we started at 4.4. So let's kind of round it off to, let's round it off to 5, right? Or 5.5 maybe. So second tier most likely will get us to about 16. And then the third tier upgrades will get us to, I'm expecting exactly 21.1, but don't take my word for it. Let's confirm, shall we? So, second tier engine upgrade costs 16 gold. It'll bring our PR up to 10.8, and then the next one is going to be the cash upgrade. So that's good to know. But let's get the second. You know what? Why don't we just get the third tier upgrade? Because who stops after getting a gold upgrade and not get the next tier cash upgrade, right? Certainly not for limited time series. So we'll go ahead and get this, and it's normally 2 hours and 30 minutes for R&D, but who's got time for that right now? Not I. So all right, so we're up to 11.6, and then for Drivetrain we got 15 more gold, which means we are 31 gold we've spent so far, and we'll get the next tier upgrade as well, which brings our PR up to 13.4. And the next body we've got 12 gold for the gold upgrade, which brings our PR up to 14. And the next one, cash upgrade, brings our PR up to 14.6. All right. And so far we're up to 43 gold we've spent. And then we got to spend another 14 here for suspension, which brings our tally up to 57 now. And we'll get the cash gold upgrade afterwards. So that brings our PR up to 16.2. And we got 3 more categories to go. So this is looking like we're going to hit the mark. Right, so we got another 14 gold for exhaust here, which brings the total we've spent so far up to 71 gold. And of course, get that next, the last tier exhaust for cash there. And the brakes are going to be another, add another 10 to it. So far up to 81 gold we've spent. And let's get that cash upgrade. And final tier, or final category, tires and wheels, we need to spend another 12 gold, which brings the total up to 93 gold. And of course, if we get the cash upgrade, we're exactly up to 21.1. All right, so that's obviously the cheapest way to hit the mark. 3 across the board will cost you 93 gold, as I said, but you get 20 of it back. I know. So net cost is 73 gold, but of course, you're winning a car. But why is this car not a cash car? I feel like these cars, these Nissans, really should be, they really should be cash cars in my opinion, but obviously I'm not the person that runs their business. What can I say? Anyway, let's check out some what the actual series content is going to be like here. So tier 1, we got a speed record at Red Bull Ring National Circuit, so that's a short one. Head-to-head at Circuit of the Americas Grand Prix circuit, so that's kind of exciting. And it's going to be a full lap. We'll see how long it takes this car to complete a Grand Prix circuit. And then we got a cup to finish the tier 1 at Dubai Club Circuit, so that's at least a short one, just a single lapper. And tier 2, we got a Hunter at, we're getting a full lap of rather lengthy circuits pretty early on here. And we got an autocross, well, that's pretty short. At Indianapolis Motor Speedway, not the shortest autocross, but nevertheless, it's an autocross, so, And then we got a cup race at Melbourne. And it's a double lapper. And what is the PR requirement here? 7.5. So obviously you do need at least a few upgrades. I think the first round of cash upgrades got us up to PR 10 even, right? So yeah, but yeah, so you don't need every upgrade in every category. Or I didn't mean to say that. What I meant to say is you don't need to get every category first tier upgrade, but if you're getting it, might as well. You needed to win this car anyway, so yeah. So there's that. And then tier 3, we got an endurance at Porsche Test Track, short road circuit, speed snap at Spa, and cup at national circuit of the Americas. So we get to race another race there at Circuit of the Americas, a cup one this time, and a single lap, and PR requirement 9.0. So with a first round of cash upgrades, we can most likely get through tier 3, but I doubt they will allow us to get through tier 4, which get us, what was the return? 2 gold for 25% completion, right? If I remember correctly. So let's just jump to the cut to the chase here, shall we? What's the I bet it's like 10.1. What's the requirement? 10.3. Okay, close enough, but not enough with the cash only or cash upgrades only, which means there are no gold upgrade that is worth 2 gold, so you're gonna end up net negative, right? That's the trend. That's always the case. So yeah, well, there you go. And drag race as Catalunya GP. Now tier 4, would we, obviously your car will be in critical condition by the time you reach this tier if you haven't serviced it. So tier 4 I feel like should be pretty doable still. We get elimination, so that's not usually a challenge. So okay, moving on. Tier 5, we got autocross at Daytona road course, which is typically pretty straightforward. That's a long one. With this car, I'm expecting maybe minute 10 seconds, possibly. Might be the target in the slower end. If you're winning by huge margin, then you might have a little bit shorter target to beat. But anyway, then we got the head-to-head at Silverstone Bridge Grand Prix single lapper. All right, and then we got a cup at Formula E Hong Kong circuit, 3 laps, but it's not exactly a very long circuit with a PR requirement of 11.4. All right, but that's not really an important or significant tier. Tier 6, we got Speed Snap at the Monza road course. That's usually a pretty easy one. So I'm hoping that we'll be able to get through that without having to service the car. Hunter is rarely an issue, regardless of the track. And we got a cup at Brands Hatch Indy Circuit, 4 laps, and PR requirement is 12.4. All right, moving on to tier 7. Now, this is a tier that you have to complete in order to guarantee 50% reward, right? We got an endurance at Le Mans, elimination at Hockenheim Short. Shouldn't be an issue. And the cup race is at Red Bull Ring National Circuit, 3 lapper. And what's the PR requirement? It's going to be 13.4. So you're going to need to spend some gold to get here, of course. But what was the gold reward for 50%? Extra 4 gold. So you get like Excuse me, you get like 6 gold back. Look at that. And tier 8, we got an autocross at Circuit of the Americas Club Circuit, and we got a drag race. This one might require you to service your car. It depends. But I'm anticipating that at this stage, you might have to service the car at least once. And the cup race to complete tier 8 is going to be at Suzuka West, 3-lapper, with the PR requirement of 14.3. Boy, excuse me. Moving on to tier 9. We've got speed record at Silverstone Grand Prix. Hasn't been much of an issue, but if you get the car serviced in tier 8, the chances are you should be able to get through this. You should be able to get through tier 9 in green, so that speed record should not be an issue. Endurance, at Monza Junior course, if you played your cards right, and win by smaller margin than or smallest margin that you can pull off, then by this point your target distance should be somewhere around like 3 to 4 kilometers, I'd expect. We'll see if that turns out that way. And then the cup to complete tier 9, we got Nürburgring Mühlenbachschleife, 6 laps. That's a pretty short circuit, so that shouldn't be too long. 15.2 is the PR requirement. And tier 10, we've got Speed Snap at Daytona Road Course. Can you pull that off in red? That might be a little tricky. Yeah, those speed snaps and speed records can get a little dicey if you're not servicing your car. So we'll see how that goes. And then we got a Hunter at Dubai Oval Circuit. So that's a pretty short one. And the cup race here, Hockenheim Grand Prix, 2 laps. So it's going a little bit lengthier. And the PR requirement is 16.2. And moving on to tier 11, which is what you need to complete in order to guarantee 75% completion. And I don't remember I think that guaranteed another 6 gold, right? So I think I'm going by my fading memory here. So anyway, we got elimination at Porsche Test Track on long road circuit. It's an elimination, so it doesn't really matter. You have to run a certain distance. Of course, on certain narrower tracks, you can just be a pesky roadblock to minimize the distance that you travel to save on your service bars. But in terms of how long it runs, it's timed event. So anyway, moving on, we got head-to-head at the Circuit of the Americas National Circuit, single lapper. So that's always fun, new track. And then to get to the tier 12 and guarantee your 75% completion, we got a cup race at Le Mans single lapper. What was the PR? It is 17.1. All right. And for 75% completion, you need just 1 gold trophy in tier 12. So let's see, we got 2 speed events, speed record and speed snap. Speed snap and at Mount Panorama is almost guaranteed that you have to service the car. It's impossible. It hasn't been possible so far, so I don't see that trend changing anytime soon. So you will definitely have to service the car in tier 12 if you're running in red. Now we got speed record at the Catalunya Club Circuit. Let's see. That one's usually pretty straightforward. It's always going to be set at that final bit. And if you're having difficulty, you can always turn around at the beginning to extend that longest straight section to last a little bit longer, right? Anyway, to complete tier 12, we got Cup at Spa, probably 2 laps. All right, that's fairly consistent with a PR requirement of 18 point even. And tier 13, we got Hunter at Melbourne, Endurance at Brands Hatch, Indy Circuit, of course, and Cup at Circuit of the Americas Club Circuit. Now, Endurance, hopefully by this point, your distance is somewhere between 3 and 4 kilometers or less, so you don't have to use up more service bars than necessary. But let's check out 5 laps at the club circuit. That's exciting. Get some high lap counts here. PR requirement 19 even. And tier 14, we got Autocross at New York, Formula E circuit, speed record at Silverstone National, and the Cup at Dubai Grand Prix, also double lapper, and PR requirement is 20 even. All right, and that gets us to the final tier, tier 15. We got Elimination at Hockenheim National, Speed Snap at Hong Kong, which shouldn't be too big of a challenge. And then, of course, we got the Grand Prix at Suzuka, or Cup race at Grand Prix, Suzuka Grand Prix. And as a final race, we actually get a triple lapper with a PR requirement, as we confirmed earlier, 21.1. So, there you go. Significantly cheaper than the other limited time series currently running simultaneously, right? The McLaren MP44, which that's gonna be an expensive one. So, if you can afford both, definitely, it's the cheapest way to get these cars. And obviously, if you think about it, it was like 90 some gold, right? 93 gold is the upgrade cost, but you get 20 of it back, and obviously you win the car. So if you just completely discount the cost of the car and only think about this as a upgrade discount, that is slightly higher than 20% discount on your second tier gold upgrades. So, that's not for nothing. So there you go. There's my conclusion of this limited time series overview. So jump in and I'll of course do my playthrough video. So we'll see you on track. Take care.